What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So we got more unfortunate news. And this is why I tell you guys, the sport of boxing is in a bad place, right? It's not in a great place. With that said, newly crowned IBF heavyweight world champion, British superstar boxer, Daniel Dynamite Dubois, coming off the biggest win of his career, dominating Anthony Joshua, Olympic gold medalist, fellow countryman, two-time unified heavyweight world champion, British superstar boxer. He absolutely obliterated Anthony Joshua, dominated Anthony Joshua, right? This is off of questionable 2 losses. He had a questionable loss that questioned his heart, right? Against Alexander Usyk, where people thought he quit. And the fight with Joe Joyce. People question his heart in those 2 fights. Daniel Dubois. He was a blue chip, can't miss heavyweight contender, champion, Hall of Famer. He was touted as such. And he had that fight with Joe Joyce early in his career. And Joe Joyce broke his eye socket. He took a few knees and essentially he quit. And people looked at him funny from there. Then he had a questionable fight in the win where he got dropped. His body language said he wanted to quit, but he fought back. And then in the Alexander Usyk fight, he dropped Usyk I thought he dropped Usyk with a body blow. Usyk said it was low. The referee said it was low, and he didn't get his credit. Then Usyk got up and stopped him. And again, many people thought he quit in that fight. But since then, he's had some great performances, right? Bouncing back and asserting himself and becoming what everybody expected him to be. Now he's a superstar the way he dominated Anthony Joshua, right? And now Daniel Dubois decides to go in the DMs and get caught in the DMs or exposed in the DMs of YouTube sensation turned professional boxer in Jake Paul. Okay? Jake Paul just had an event. Jake Paul is 11 wins, 1 loss, no draws. He's 27 years of age, 6'1", with a 76-inch arm reach, and he just had a heavyweight showdown. He essentially fights at cruiserweight, but he just had a heavyweight showdown with, get this, with legendary, retired, iconic Hall of Fame superstar, former lineal heavyweight world champion, undisputed heavyweight, Iron Mike Tyson, who is 58 years of age. 58 years of age, okay? And so he had that fight with Mike Tyson this past Friday. And Jake Paul has the boxing world buzzing because he did a deal with Netflix. Okay, first boxing event on Netflix. He got $40 million. Mike Tyson got $20 million. It did 120 million views, depending upon who you ask, right? Some say it's 60 million views. Some say it's 120. It doubled it. Whatever the case may be. It did over 60 million views. And it did a live gate of almost $20 million. And everybody sees those numbers. Bing! Those dollar signs. Bing! And Daniel Dubois is the IBF champion on the verge of becoming undisputed. He's going to be in negotiation to fight the winner of Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk rematch December 21st, right? For undisputed. So he's doing big things in the heavyweight division. And Daniel Dubois decides that it's a good idea to jump in the DMs of Jake Paul and essentially beg Jake Paul for a fight. He himself is 27 years of age. This is why the sport of boxing is in the state that it's in, right? He's 22 wins, 2 losses, no draws. 21 wins by way of knockout, right? 6'5" with a 78-inch arm reach. So he got 4-inch height advantage over Jake Paul, 5-inch arm reach advantage. And he goes in the DMs and he's asking Jake Paul to stage a showdown between the two. And Jake Paul tells him to get in line. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. You got the undisputed light heavyweight world champion, Beterbiev, calling out Jake Paul. You got Gervonta Tank Davis calling out Jake Paul. Jake Paul is a novice, and he's schooling them on how to do business in the sport of boxing, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to the sport. Jake Paul, like he continues to say, he says in response to Daniel Dubois, says, you've been in this sport for 12 years as a professional or whatever. You have an amateur pedigree. You're a heavyweight world champion, and yet you in my DMs. And then he tells him, and he sends him the receipt emojis and tells him to get in line. It should be embarrassing to these fighters. It should be embarrassing. As you see there, it should be embarrassing to these fighters. They should be embarrassed. They're not embarrassed. They're not embarrassed. And Jake Paul is now the face of the sport of boxing. And they solidifying this. They're solidifying this. It's nasty work, man. It's nasty work. Nasty work. Boxing is in a bad place. It's the Wild Wild West. And Jake Paul is laughing at y'all. He ain't a real boxer. He's a YouTube sensation, right? But everybody's begging him for a payday. And that's all I got, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.